But for those who stand in your way and betray you, their day of reckoning will come.
Hey everyone, welcome back with Mac, where we're going to continue our playthrough of WWE Day of Reckoning on the Gamecube. And we're going to start, as you can see, Sunday Night Heat. Glad to see you made it, Kai. Got Paul Heyman. Glad to be here, Mr. Heyman. I'm anxious to get started right away. Who do I fight tonight? Val Venus, Garrison Cade, maybe a mixed tag match with Victoria. Well, first off, let me explain how it works around here. In case you're not aware, there are two kinds of matches on Heat. There are TV matches and dark matches. Wow, we're really getting to the nitty-gritty here of the kayfabe stuff here, folks. TV matches are self-explanatory. We televise them on Sunday nights. Dark matches are additional matches that we put on for the crowd, but they aren't broadcast. This doesn't mean that dark matches aren't important. We use them as training matches to fine-tune our superstars' performances to make sure they're TV ready. Here on Heat, you can expect to start out in dark matches, but if you do well enough, you'll be on TV soon enough. Got it? Good. So, if you're ready, your first dark match is a singles match against Lance Storm, and it's right now. Oh my. No time to prepare, I guess. And as you can see, I did edit Kai a little bit here. And I even gave him a little bit of a new entrance. But I'm going to try and make him a little bit of my own at this point now. It's a good start, I think. But I don't know if this is going to be the look that I think will last. Kind of thinking about doing it in like how I do my No Mercy playthroughs, in which I change the outfit for every show. But then again, I mean, that's kind of a lot of work for a game like this. But we'll see. But I tried to make an advanced entrance this time, and yeah, I think it went alright. It's just something about the entrances in this game. They just seem... The walking animations themselves seem off. Whereas, I think everything else about it looks pretty good. Got the gold dust stomped. And this was Lance Storm at the tail end of his career, where he was just kind of the joke character. But unfortunately, Goldust must have left a lot sooner, so we don't actually get his tag team with him. But it's still crazy to think that this version of Lance Storm ever made into a game, because it was so brief. It's kind of sad Heat isn't a thing anymore. I get people like NXT and all that stuff, but it would be pretty cool if, you know, Heat was kind of, you know, given a bigger reputation with that. I mean, it was the same, very similar thing. But, I don't know. I guess it's nice to leave things in the past. Most people just think of it as the Attitude Era promotion anyway. For some reason, they don't have Velocity in this game. Which, you know, I guess it doesn't matter. But I'm a Velocity guy. But I was always a SmackDown guy during the Ruthless Aggression era. Man. These guys don't mess around with these reversals. But I'm still trying to figure out this game a little bit, so I might be a little sloppy here, folks, because it is very No Mercy-like, and I can already see a comment, you know, oh, it's still not No Mercy, yada yada, and I get it, but I don't know. I think this game is a good combination of the old Aki games as well as the SmackDown vs. Raw games. Not realistic, you know, in that sense, but at the same time, it definitely makes the gameplay different, in my opinion. But, I mean, I think it's interesting. I kind of feel bad for this series, because I think there's a lot of potential there. But, I think its comparisons to the Aki titles is kind of what really brings it down in a lot of people's eyes, because I think a lot of people just say, oh, well, it's not No Mercy, which I think is just very unfair. I like the look of it too. You know, just the presentation of everything. I think the only thing I don't like is just, I think I mentioned it previously in the last video, the entrances. I mean, it's just, like I said earlier during Kai's entrance, it's just, I don't know, man. The walk animations just look weird, and it's not just this game. I feel like any WWE game during this console generation that wasn't on the PS2. So I feel like the entrances look weird in the WrestleMania games. I feel like the entrances looked really weird in the Raw games. Like, it's just something about the walking animations, or sometimes, a lot of times it seems like they make the stages too wide. But I don't know. It's just so weird because even this game's developed by, Ukes, which, made the SmackDown and SmackDown vs. Raw games. So it's just kind of odd to me that none of these guys could seem to get the walk animations now for these games. But it is interesting at this time to think when they had Day of Reckoning, they also had, SmackDown vs. Raw come out later that year, and I forget what game came out on the Xbox. I know that eventually they would get WrestleMania 21. And I think everybody, I've never played it, but I think everybody hated it. Let's see if we can put them away early.
1, 2,
Wow.
3.
Yellow head. Yeah, this game has a lot of potential, but there's a lot of weird things about it, in my opinion. Like being able to beat people when they have like no damage or yellow damage, but I'm just gonna kind of chalk that up to the fact that we're on heat. The Big Valboski. Hey, new guy. Uh-oh. The name is Kai, not new guy. Right, anyway, Paul Heyman sent me to find you. Looks like we're teaming up tonight. Oh, alright. Not what I expected. Heyman wants to see you in tag team action, so he's asked me to partner with you. We've got a dark match versus Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak. That's a tough draw, since those two used to be partners and know each other pretty well. Were they partners? But the Big Valboski knows an up-and-comer like you when he sees one, and I know you and me can take those guys no problem. See you in the ring. Sorry, I can read, guys, trust me, it's just that I have to read this on a very tiny screen on my laptop while I do this. It's crazy to me. Like, Hardcore Holly, I know he lasted, all the way until from like 96 to I think 2008. But it's still crazy to me that Val Venus was around this whole time. And I think he stopped being in the games, but he was still around for I think a few more years after this. I remember he fought Shelton Benjamin during the storyline where Shelton Benjamin was he was carrying his mom around, like just she was his manager for whatever reason. Which, so stupid, but I thought it was funny anyway. But yeah, so I mean he was around then, and I think he was actually bald at that time. So I don't know, I have to wonder, it's kind of interesting, seeing some characters in these games and stuff like that, because like I always just think of Val Venus as like the Attitude Era guy, but I mean he was in Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, all sorts of stuff. So it's just interesting, I don't know, I never thought of him as a Ruthless Aggression guy. Mark Jindrak and Garrison Cade. Well, they got matching gear. I guess these guys really were tag partners at one point. I know nothing about Garrison Cade, really. I know eventually he'd become Lance Cade, and obviously, he was a student of Shawn Michaels and stuff like that. It's just Garrison Cade, the only thing I remember is I think he debuted against Lance Storm, and that was the whole boring thing when Stone Cold came out and just pretty much started chanting boring during Lance Storm's match and cost him the match, which I don't know, a lot of Lance Storm fans were not fans of, did not appreciate, which I get it. I mean there's a lot of things in WWE in which like I think people overreact to, and I'm not the biggest Lance Storm fan in the slightest. I mean I do like his catchphrase, if I could be serious for 1 minute. I've used it myself in post, but I think that was one of the funniest segments, but as being, Lance Storm during that segment, I mean, that's kind of just a dick move by WWE, because even guys like Dean Malenko, they tried to give him like a ladies man gimmick, but they never called him boring or anything like that. Or Steve Blackman didn't really have much of a personality, and they kind of made fun of it, but they did it in a good way, in which they kept him as serious and tough as possible and stuff like that, with his tag team time with Al Snow and Head Cheese, which that's the actual name if you don't remember. But you know, he was still the serious guy. It wasn't that he was like, you know, like, oh, he's boring, he's a loser, and people were making fun of him every week for it. So I do feel bad for Lance Storm in that sense. But yeah, I don't know. That said, I'm not the biggest Lance Storm fan. And it was a pretty hilarious segment, I will admit. Mark Jindrak is definitely a guy who, like, I don't really have any memories of him. Like, I remember he was always around. I just don't remember him ever doing anything ever of note. Like, I think he was with he was in Team Angle with the Reigns at one point. Yeah, I have no idea how to tag. I did the tutorial, I just can't remember. But speaking of Mark Jindrak, remember he was teamed with the Reigns at one point. And I think the biggest thing that everybody remembers... I gotta look at him? How do I look at him? Damn it. Whatever. Come on. Come on, he's down. I'm trying to fucking tag you in, dude. Jeez. Okay, now I'm going after the ref. I'm already not a fan of tag matches. But yeah, to finish my thoughts, yeah, Mark Jindrak, I feel like he was in a lot of important kind of stuff, but he never did anything of note. So, you know, like I said, I remember him teaming with Luther Reigns. I don't think that really amounted to much. And I remember, you know, I think the thing he's most known for is that he was gonna be in Evolution. So a lot of people like think if he was in Evolution, you know, oh, he would have been. That's such a big thing. He would have been in, you know, a future main event star. I just don't think he ever had it to begin with. Whereas I think they saw that in Batista and why WWE ended up switching him out. So I mean, no disrespect to Mark Jindrak. It's just, you know, he was what he was, I guess. And I think there's some bland guys in the Ruthless Aggression era, but it's tough for me to think of anybody even more bland than freaking Jindrak. Well, maybe Garrison Cade's got him beat. But Garrison Cade, I mean, jeez. Garrison, that's such a terrible name. I'm glad they changed it to Lance Cade. I actually liked Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch a little bit. They were interesting enough. Alright, come on. Alright, this is getting ridiculous. Alright. Stay down. No. Alright, here we go. Sorry, I'm honestly still trying to learn the controls. Damn it. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But it is very inconvenient for me at this point. Come on, Val, at least punch him off so I don't get suplexed. I think there's a little bit too much mashing in this game too for my liking. Because, I don't know, it's weird because, I mean, obviously there's a lot of mashing to get back up in the SmackDown games, but it just feels like my arm gets tired more often in this game for whatever reason. Plus there's the mashing with this that you have to do. And I don't understand, why is he able to come into the ring and break those up? That's not a submission. This is getting ridiculous. Where's Val Venus at? Should be able to get away with it now. Why did they give Mike Chioda that freaking stance? Like, it looks like he's either dancing or he's getting ready to join in the match or something. What the hell? Why? What is going on right now? Why is everybody just hanging out in the ring? Alright. Gotta time this right. Alright, I'm praying. Because this is freaking Garrison Cade we're talking about. We'll give him one more for good measure. I don't know how to call I don't even know how to tag him in, but I don't know how to call Val Venus into the ring for assistance. Come on, dude. There we go. Alright. Look back at him. I don't know if I can get it because he was just getting up, I think. Alright, sweet. We got him. I think in this game, you're allowed to attack people after the matches. It's just in story mode, maybe not. We got our first televised match already. Sweet. Let's see what we got in store for us. Well, Kai, you've done pretty well so far, but it's time to see how you do in front of the camera. Alright. Tonight, you've got your first televised heat match. Sweet. I don't think I need to explain to you that it's critical that you put on a good performance tonight. Your first televised match can make or break you. So, I'm going to suggest you do the following. Make sure you pull off at least one counter move plus either one aerial move or one submission. Alright. Oh, and because of television time restraints, you'll need to do all this and still win the match in 5 minutes or less. Is that all clear? You better believe it. After the show, everyone's going to be talking about Kai. That's a lot to remember, but I think I should be good. Let's see. Rhino. Rhino, I think, is another guy that I don't really remember doing much in the WWE. I think there was a lot of guys who were around but never did much. Like in the Attitude Era, when he first came in, I think Rhino did quite a bit. It's just, and I think they even tried to make him a pretty decent sized star, you know, because he was the last ECW champion and all. I just don't think it really worked out for him, because I remember he had a pretty long feud with Chris Jericho during the Invasion storyline. But other than that, I mean, he just seemed like he was someone who was around. I think he's honestly probably better off, you know, they did come back and do this whole team thing with Heath Slater and stuff, because I think that really did a lot for him as far as, you know, helping build a legacy, you know, on a one last run type thing. I think he was a pretty big deal in TNA when he came in as well. But to be honest, I mean, I didn't watch much of TNA. I just remember, you know, I think he had a feud with Raven or something like that people were fans of. I actually thought I almost won that for a second. Wouldn't surprise me in this game. So that said, I still gotta complete my conditions here. Man, I love those freaking headbutts. Even with low charisma, they are giving me that freaking momentum boost. Once again, I think it's just kind of interesting how this game breaks down the kayfabe stuff. Like, it's just so fascinating to me that, like, they're talking about dark matches and all this other stuff. And like I said, I know that they kind of already peeled back the curtain now. It's just interesting that they did this in a WWE game, talking about dark matches and developmental and all sorts of stuff like that.
1, 2,
All right.
3.
Didn't even get to use my finisher. Gore of the Man Beast. Okay, I don't really know how that makes sense grammatically, but I don't most of the time either. Jeez. Wow, he is kicking my ass. You think you're pretty good after beating me last week? You want to show off against me? I've worked too hard in this business to get passed over for the likes of you. You'd better learn your place, rookie. I'm going back to prime time and not you. Not anyone is going to get in my way. Wow. And if anyone does, they're going to feel the gore. Well, I don't know, Rhino. I mean, I kind of kicked your ass while doing a whole bunch of hoops jumping. So I don't know if you deserve it. I heard what happened to you earlier tonight. Yeah. I probably should have mentioned that it's not a good idea to get on Rhino's bad side. The Man Beast can get a little moody. Given your current condition, part of me feels like we should take it a little easy on you in your match tonight. Maybe we should cut you a break or give you a rest. But then another part of me feels that would be the worst thing we could do. That part of me feels that what a budding superstar like you wants more than anything is revenge. Is the satisfaction of getting revenge on the very man who attacked you just a short while ago. So I'm granting you a return match tonight, you, Kai, 1-on-1 versus Rhino. Alright, cool, we got a little bit of a rivalry here. And since it will be our Sunday Night Heat main event, I am adding one special stipulation that only you and I will know about. Not even Rhino? That's kind of a dick move. In order to really impress the WWE brass in your match tonight, you've got to beat the Man Beast, but only after you destroy at least one of the announcer tables. So it's simple. Put Rhino through an announce table and then win the match. Simple, right? Good luck. I kind of forgot that you could even use announce tables in this game for whatever reason. I didn't even realize they were here. My whole body is yellow, really? Jeez, at this stage, I mean, my durability is so low. That might actually finish me off if he just pinned me. There we go, it's wide to get out of the ring. Our patented tiger scissors. Hit him with again. You don't know what to do about it. Let's see, is this still around the time where I could just... God damn it. I hate how AI always likes to keep things inside the ring. What the hell? Get the fuck out of the ring! Jeepers. Alright, maybe I should figure out... God damn it. Maybe I should figure out whether or not if I can just run up this real quick. Alright, sweet. Sweet. 3 of the monitors. Interesting. Come on, come on. Alright. I did not expect me to just trip and fall like that. But now that we've met that condition, I think we can just kind of hopefully relax. Unless if he starts reversing me a lot. No, the ref stance reminds me of like the Scotty 2 Hottie stance from like the old SmackDown games. Which is kind of a shame. Why isn't... I feel like Scotty 2 Hottie was the guy that kind of got shafted in some of these games. Like, why isn't he in this game? But he's in SmackDown vs. Raw. I'd much prefer him over somebody like freaking Garrison Cade. Although he did wear that weird, like, yellow tank top for whatever reason around this time. I don't know what the deal with that was. Then again, I'm a pretty massive Sky 2 High fan. Remember there was someone that was upset they liked too much and not too cool or whatever. Which I feel like if anybody remembers anything about too much, it's the fact that I think they were like supposed to be like gay or something like that. And they were just always telling each other how much they loved each other and would just rub each other's heads and bodies and all that stuff. I never really got what the hell the point of all of it was. Break. God damn it, that's not a submission. Right? Also, another guy I just realized, I mean, I'm using his move. Al Snow, I feel like, was still around during this time. And where the hell is Tajiri? I mean, there's so many people I feel like we're just kind of missing from like SmackDown vs. Raw. And this game, of course. I don't know if he was injured or something, but what? Let's see, is this enough though? Come on, come on. Alright, sweet. I want to attack the ref after one of these matches, but I can't look at him for some reason. An uneasy partnership. Oh, jeez, I wonder who my partner is going to be. Hey, Mr. Angle, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Kai. I never thought I'd run into the GM of SmackDown on Sunday Night Heat. Yeah, well, running SmackDown can tend to be a bit time-consuming, even for an Olympic hero. Anyway, I'm down here on Heat tonight to check out some talent I don't normally get to see. Well, I'm here. I've put you in a tag team match. You're going to be facing Lance Storm and Val Venus. Interesting partnership. And your partner is going to be Rhino. Oh no. Who's seen that coming? Now, I hear that you two haven't exactly been seeing eye to eye recently, but I need you to do me a favor. Okay. Let's hear it. I need you to make sure that Rhino, your partner, gets the pinfall tonight. He could use a victory right now, so I want you to put him in a position to get one. I don't care what else happens as long as Rhino gets the pin. Why? Alright, that's not good considering I do not know how to tag. I'm gonna have to look it up real quick. Wow, these guys even have a special entrance together? Did these guys ever actually team up? If they did, that'd just be weird. Lance Storm also doesn't have that weird, like, goofy run thing that he's doing, too. I don't know. I remember Lance Storm teaming up with Goldust, but maybe they switched to Val Venus after Goldust had to leave? I don't know. And again, maybe it's just because they put everybody together in a team. I have no idea. God damn it. We're gonna have to beat Lance Storm down. Well, the button is Z, folks. It is Z. Alright. There we go. And I can't control Rhino, so that just makes this challenge 100 times more annoying. Because usually when in my experience, the AI usually is not good when it comes to tag matches. Like, usually your partner is the one that gets their ass whooped, which I think is usually by design in these games. So hopefully that is Jesus Christ, ease up on the damn reversals. Rhino, I could use your help here. What the hell kind of a throw was that? Alright, now this is just getting goofy. Val Venus is kicking my butt. Come on. Alright, that freaking throwing people into each other mechanic is pretty great. Jeez, there's a lot of reversals going on in this match. And the action needs to get back inside the ring. Rhino, pay attention, man. Jeez Louise. This is gonna be a tough one. I can already tell. I feel like the game just randomly, like it did the same thing with my Booker T match. It just kind of randomly ramps up in certain aspects, or certain matches, I should say. After being easy peasy lemon squeezy. Jeez, I don't even know how to throw people in the ring either. But at least now, with this, I can beat up, you know, Lance Storm on the outside. If he stops reversing me, that is. Was he just looking at Val Venus for a second? Yeah, as you can see, Rhino, I feel like, is getting his butt spanked. I don't even know how he hit Val Venus like that, but you know what, I got bigger issues to worry about. Alright, they're in the ring. Maybe I can at least take out Val Venus for him on the outside. Well, he takes care of business there. Yeah, alright, sweet. No. Alright. That's a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Thank Lord. Back online. Gonna be taking on Mr. Matt Hardy. Matt frickin' Hardy. Mr. Heyman, Mr. Angle, you wanted to see me? What's going on? Well, it may be a little strange to see two former GMs of SmackDown coexisting in the same place at the same time, but we both wanted to deliver the same message. Since your call up to Heat, you've done very well. In the ring, followed instructions, and impressed the right people. We think you're just about ready for the big time. Really? There's just one thing. There are a lot of other guys who have been busting their tails down here for a lot longer, and they also deserve a shot. So over the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a 4-man mini tournament. Ooh. Mini tournament. The winner of this tournament will get his chance at Raw or SmackDown. Is this really how they did stuff back in the day? So tonight he is going to feature the 2 semifinal matches, Matt Hardy vs. Rhino and Yu Kai vs. Garrison Cade. Garrison Cade. Sound like I haven't fought him like 3 times already. What about guys like, I thought Hardcore Holly was in this game, and jeez, I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head, but I could have swore there's a lot more than like the pool of like 6 guys I've been facing down here. But I figured I'd give you guys a chance to see good old Garrison Cade's solo entrance here. That's probably one of the worst, most generic songs I've ever heard in WWE 2. And if you heard the Ruthless Aggression Era soundtrack and stuff like that, that is saying something. Trust me, that is freaking saying something to have such a generic rock beat. Well, hopefully this one will go fast, but he's kind of already reversing me quite a bit. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to beat him down, and he, or maybe not. I'm hoping that I could beat him. Jeez, Louise. Oh my God. This is insane. I can't even do a damn move on him without him freaking reversing me. This is giving me some freaking WrestleMania 2000 Christian nightmares back again. If you haven't seen it, I did a playthrough WrestleMania 2000 as Stone Cold, and I fought Christian in like some random match in December, and I could not do a single move on that dude. That is still probably the worst match I've ever had in a wrestling game, period. I could not do a weak grapple to even start. I could not do a weak strike. Even when I reverse a strike, he would just reverse it right back. There was literally nothing I could do to that dude. Still won, because I'm just that guy, but that match gives me nightmares to this day. But we're not playing WrestleMania 2000, so I'll stop talking about it. But he's got a little momentum now, so hopefully that means he's going to stop reversing my ass. Yeah, there's no way with my pitiful submission skill that I'm going to be able to make him tap. Plus, I mean, by the time I can make him tap, I mean, I could have probably beaten him like 20 minutes ago. Just because, I mean, I'm sure I could probably beat him without a finisher right now, but maybe not. Depends on whether or not I can actually land these hits. Holy shit! Are you serious? Did you see how fast his momentum started building up again? Just from a minor submission. How did I miss? Good lord. This is getting out. This is what I mean. Like, the last matches were easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now all of a sudden I'm freaking going extreme diff, as they say, with freaking Garrison Cade. Is this what I'm gonna have to be looking forward to when the game really starts? But that said, once again, I am curious. Like, it's been so long. I've never revisited the Ruthless Aggression Era, but I don't think I remember there was like Stevie Night Heat and stuff like that. Honestly, I never. Most people, I don't think, really ever gave too much of a crap about Sunday Night Heat. You know, I mean, it was kind of so unpaid attention to that, like, even the guys like Raven and Steven Richards were just kind of goofing around, doing things, you know, their own way. All right, this might be. Never mind. But you know, I think they had like the Sunday Night Heat Championship at one point or something goofy like that. But it's just kind of, I don't know. I don't remember that they would really treat Heat like this, in which it was like, all right, we know this is the poop show, so you know, if you can win, you know, we'll give you guys promotions to come up to the main roster. Because I don't know, I don't remember anything like that. All right, he's almost KO, so it's got to be done.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was a pretty brutal beating I delivered to him. Orange body. Uh-oh. Holy shit. That is the most brutal chair shot I've seen in a wrestling game. I guess I'll get right to the point, Kai. Like you, I won my match tonight. Well, you mean I'm not facing Rhino for a 5th time? So next week, you and me are going to see who gets a full-time shot in the big leagues. But there's a difference between you and me. You see, I've been there before, and if it weren't for my leg injury, Matt Hardy version 1.0 would still be headlining on Raw. And make no mistake about it, you may have beaten me before, but that was nothing. I was injured back then, barely able to walk or move. But now, version 1.0 is back online. Whatever you say, pal. I never would have thought that it would come down to me and a punk like you. But there's no way you're going to stop me from getting back to Raw. See you in the ring. It's kind of sad to think that during this injury, Lita was doing her whole thing with Edge. Taking the next step. Which I don't know if they actually did the real life injury with Matt in this, or it was just a coincidence. Oh no, what do you want? How's it going, Kai? It's me, the coach. I know, I've been gone for a while, but right after you left WWE Developmental, Mr. McMahon called me back up to primetime TV. Is he gonna be with us the whole time? With a face like the coach's, can you blame him? Anyway, I just wanted to wish you a good luck in your match tonight. We all know what's at stake, but after all the training and advice I gave you a few weeks ago, the coach is confident that you'll take the next step tonight. Good luck, I'll see you in the primetime. Alright, so this should be our last match for Sunday Night Heat. And I don't think I've shown you guys the Matt Hardy entrance. It was pretty cool at this time. Like when he came back in like 2005, and they didn't give him this entrance again, and he didn't have the version 1.0 character and stuff like that. Like the theme was always cool. Like this is one of my favorite entrance themes that the WWE has ever done. I don't know. It's just like they didn't bring anything back about him that was anything special. Matt has 4 bathrooms. Wow. Or Matt's house has 4 bathrooms, I should say. Matt has never lost his credit card. The Matt facts are awesome, but I like how the first one that came out was that he always pays with everything in cash, so something's not adding up here. Is that all of them that they'll give us here? Oh, Matt has broken his nose 3 times. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I feel like when he came back, they probably dropped the whole version 1.0 Matt Hardy or version 1 Matt Hardy because, you know, they had the series feud with him and Edge. But like then, once again, they just never gave him anything to do then. And I get it, they wanted to push Edge, and that's why he didn't win the feud, and that's fine. I still think it could have been way better because there was so much hype around it. And, you know, everybody wanted to see Matt win. Let's be honest, you know, get his revenge back and stuff like that. But I don't really think it did anybody any favors, and that's really sad. I mean, because they clearly wanted it to work. Otherwise, you know, everybody involved wouldn't have agreed to do it. And they wanted to make something and make history, and they did in a way. Because that's still something everybody talks about. It's just unfortunately not in the best light. But I don't know. I remember him in like 2006 SmackDown, and I don't know. There was nothing special about him. Like he eventually had that feud with MVP, and that was pretty good and cool and all that stuff. But you know, even after that, you know, he had the thing where he turned on Jeff, and that was cool for a little bit. But like once they did, he only had like a good angle or two, and you know, for that period of time when he came back, or until he left in like I think 2010 or whatever. And it's just sad. I mean, I feel like he could have actually done a little bit more. And I don't mean like his you know, broken character or anything like that, but I feel like he could have done something a little bit better in that way. Maybe some better storylines or something like that. Because I feel like Matt always kind of got a bad rap just because everybody liked Jeff's Daredevil style a lot more. Which, you know, I think is a little unfair. I think Matt Hardy was pretty cool. Too bad for him, though. He's about to get schooled by good old Kai. Maybe not. Alright, sweet. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I actually have crowd signs displaying my name. Which I didn't even know you could. You can't even pick him, I don't think. But that was a pretty annoying match, so I'm kicking his butt still. Plus, he deserves it after jumping me. Decisions. Resident Evil Outbreak, anybody? Huh? Anybody who plays Resident Evil Outbreak in the chat? Give me a holla if you hear me. When we first met a few months ago, I told you that if you proved yourself, there would be a shot for you on primetime WWE programming. Yes, you did. Well, seeing as how you performed in the ring and based on the fact that you've won the Heat tournament last week, yeah, I'm happy to tell you that I have in my hands a WWE contract with your name on it. Awesome, thanks a lot, Mr. McMahon. Will I be going to Raw or SmackDown? That's really up to you. Up to me, eh? I have an open roster spot in both brands, and I know each of our GMs is anxious for a fresh face such as yourselves. You'll probably work out on either show, so why don't you tell me? It's definitely going to be Raw. Because it's a faction game, and we're going to go with Evolution. I think I'd like to give Raw a shot. Well then, let me be the first to welcome you to Raw. Great, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Well, actually, before you sign the contract, there is one more thing. You've got one more match on Heat. Ric Flair is coming to do a special guest main event shot on Heat tonight. I need you two to put on a show. Ric Flair, eh? Not bad. Can I count on you? No problem, Mr. McMahon. I'm tired of all these misters. Well then, congratulations. Just sign on the dotted line. Mr. Heyman, Mr. McMahon, Mr. McMahon, Mr. Heyman, Mr. Angle. Tired of it. See, I feel like when they do the special animations, like when he first walked out and stuff, it was great. That walk right there, great. But like, it's just regular in-game character walks. It just looks so unnatural. I don't know. You guys gotta let me know in the comments what you think of the entrance in this game. Because I don't know. I just can't get past the walks. Like right there, when he was just walking normal in there. Perfectly. I liked it. Although at this time, I remember Ric Flair at this time, by the time he got into the ring, he was already sweating his ass off. He was so old. I don't know. I'm also curious. I did, recently, there was an issue with Ric Flair. He went on some, I don't know anything about the actual competition or anything like that. But it was, he went on some sort of podcast or some roast thing or something like that, in which it was just kind of like pro wrestling stuff, but it was, you know, making fun of stuff, you know. And Ric Flair was tired and asked to go on, and he was drinking, and then he brought up, he just got drunk, and I guess he, you know, was thinking of Reed, his, you know, unfortunately deceased son that overdosed on heroin, sadly, which heroin is becoming a really massive deal in our country now. It's really sad, but not going to get political. I just was curious because he did go on that show and it was supposed to be a good, you know, joking, fun time and stuff like that, you know, roasting and all this other stuff. And he kind of got brought up Reed because one of the guys that were roasting or something like that, which is a wrestling coach. And I guess he just got offended at that because, you know, he reminded himself of Reed and stuff like that. And, you know, he kind of left, I think, the show, not in, like, big anger or anything like that. But, you know, he said, you know, he had respect for the wrestling coach and all that other stuff. And I think he got upset and left. And a lot of people are pissed off at the guys because, you know, when he brought up Reed, they were just kind of trying to bring the focus back to, you know, the jokes and stuff like that. And that kind of pissed a lot of people off, and I think that's what kind of Ric Flair, why he left and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's also people that are like, well, it was a joke, you know, show and stuff like that, and Ric Flair shouldn't have gotten serious to begin with, and all this other stuff, and he killed the buzz and the move for everybody. So I'm kind of curious on what people think about that. Because I know that Ric Flair has definitely, you know, had a lot of issues as of late. You know, obviously he had the whole thing where he had the meltdown at the pizza store, and I mean, that was just awful. You know, I can't. That was definitely all Rick on that one. He got drunk and stuff and made a fool of himself. And I don't know. Ric Flair has been kind of a mess for a while. Maybe I'll talk about it. My thoughts on Ric Flair's personal life, even though I don't really have any real right to. I guess it's just. I kind of have thoughts on it that I'll probably share with you guys, you know, in a later match, because I'm sure we'll face Ric Flair later on, because we'll have Evolution stuff, or we'll probably team with him. But right now, he's kind of kicking my ass severely. Like, I can't even do anything. So I'm going to try and focus on this a little bit more, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious on that particular issue with Ric Flair, you know, his recent appearance on that comedy spot thing. What you guys thought about it? Do you think it was inappropriate to bring up Reed? Do you think that it doesn't matter? You know, he's obviously I think he's obviously suffering with it. You know, and I don't blame him. I mean, that's a terrible thing that anybody would have to live through. I think he has a lot of you know, issues, like I said. So, but I'd want to hear what you guys thought, if you thought it was inappropriate or not. I don't think he can make me tap though, because I'm outside the ring. Because otherwise, I would have tapped like 20 minutes ago. I'm trying to turn this around by essentially cheesing, by hopefully getting stuff out, you know, getting my stuff up from outside the ring. But I mean, he is reversing literally everything. This is what I mean, guys. Like, I can't get a freaking move in edgewise because he keeps freaking reversing everything. All right, now I'm starting to just really get irritated with the Ric Flair here. I'm almost convinced. Am I supposed to lose?
1, 2,
Well,
3.
even if I could win, we're not gonna find out. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. That was a solid punch. I always liked Randy Orton when he had the colored tights at this time. But yeah, we're getting our butt kicked, guys. So I do appreciate you guys watching. You know, thank you for joining. You know what, kid? I've seen a lot of rookies come and I've seen them go. But I gotta admit, you've been pretty impressive in your career so far, and that's coming from Ric Flair, misspelled, so you know what it means something. We know that you're on your way to the big time and that you earned your way there and nobody's gave you nothing. You're a big fish in a small pond around here, but that's all gonna change once you get to the prime time, baby. Right now, me and the boys are here to deliver a message straight from the man, Triple H. He says that now that you're coming to his show, you've got two choices. You can go our way or the highway. Well, I think I made up my mind. Triple H is offering you a once-in-a-lifetime choice. You can join up with us or take your chances on your own. Triple H is expecting an answer from you on next week's Raw, but as these boys will tell you, if you're not with us, you're against us. So consider very carefully how you're going to start your career in the big time. You can have the cars, the money, and the women, or you can have 7 years of bad luck. It's all up to you. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to check out next week, and if enjoyed, like and subscribe.